For this presentation, the topic I picked is TOS terms. The grade level is kindergarten. The content area is reading phonological awareness. My specific topic is rhyming words. The content standard that I picked is recognizing and producing rhyming words. For my content objective, the learner will identify a word and then construct a word that rhymes with it 4 out of 6 times. My language objective will include listening, reading, and speaking throughout the whole activity. Before I will start the activity TOS terms, I first want to introduce all of the words that will be used in this activity. So I made these cards, and on the cards it says the word ball. So I will first read to the students ball, and then I'll have them repeat it back to me. So they'll say ball back to me. And then I will say a word that rhymes with the word ball. So I'll say fall, and I'll ask the students if anybody else knows a word that rhymes with ball. After I know that they have mastered the word and words that rhyme with it, I will move on to another word that we will be using. So the next word is bee. I'll first say the word bee, and then I'll have the students repeat back to me bee, and then I will say a rhyming word that rhymes with bee, like tree. And then I'll ask the students if they know any other words, and then once they have mastered that one, I'll move on to the next one, which is cat. So I will say the word cat, they'll repeat back to me cat, and then I'll think of a word that rhymes with the word cat, like mat. And then I'll ask the students if they know any other words that rhyme with it. This way they are each getting a chance to come up with their own words rather than just using the words that I came up with. The next one is dog. So I'll say the word dog, they'll repeat the word dog, and then I'll say a word that rhymes with it, like frog, and then they'll say a word too. The next one is bad, so they'll repeat the word bad, and then I'll say a word that rhymes with it, like mad, and then they'll have to come up with another word. And then our last word that we are using is can. So I'll say it, and then they'll repeat it back to me, and then I'll think of a word that rhymes with can, like pan, and then they'll have to come up with the word. After I make sure that all the students know all of the words and some words that rhyme with it, we'll be able to move on to our TOS terms activity. So before we can start this activity, I'm going to split the students up into groups of 5. Once they have split up into those groups of 5, then they're going to stand in a circle. They'll be close to each other, but not too close, and they'll be spread out, but not too spread out, so that way they don't have to chuck a ball all the way across the room. They'll just toss it gently. So once they are in their groups, I'll get out the ball, and each group will get a ball, and on the ball has the words that were on my cards originally. So we have bad, and can, and dog, and bee, and cat, and ball, which I think I said already. But then, so I'm going to tell the students that the first person will grab the ball, then they're going to toss it, and then whatever word their thumbs land on, which for my instance is ball, they're going to have to read the word aloud to their group, and then they're going to have to say a word that rhymes with that word. So ball, so they could say fall. And then after they have done that, then they'll toss it to another person, and then that person will do the same thing, but with whatever word their thumb lands on. And if the students are having any trouble with coming up with things, then their peers can help them, or the teacher can also help them. Another thing I have is my rhyming word list. So on this rhyming word list, it has all of the words that were on my cards and on my ball. And it has different options, so that way if the students are having trouble coming up with some words, they can look at that list and they can use them too. For my critical evaluation, one strength I have with this activity is that the students get to get up and they get to move rather than just doing a worksheet. One weakness that is with this activity is it's kind of hard to assess or evaluate the students while they're completing this activity because they're not writing anything down on a paper, or they're not writing or circling rhyming words that rhyme with these specific words. They're just saying the words aloud. It also can be kind of tricky if I'm over here helping one group and there's another group across the room and I don't know for sure if they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, or if they don't quite understand the TOS terms activity. One benefit to this activity is that the kids get to be motivated and they get to learn about different rhyming words. And here are my references.